Hey friends, welcome back to Embrace the Question. I'm Steve, and today I have a little bit different type of video for you. For as long as I can remember, the impetus of my ministry has been to introduce Christians to Christ. That was my mission statement. Introducing Christians to Christ. Why? That seems a little bit redundant. It's because so many Christians live a life of discouragement, live a life of defeat, and that bothers me. It's like our devil is really big and our God is really small. And it is not that way. It is a lie. It is a misperception. And I love to encourage people. So this video is for you if you love to see the vastness of God. Here's the point. Last week I did a video on kind of how I take a look at Scripture, looking at patterns, finding word associations like Joshua and Yeshua. If you haven't seen that, be sure and check that above. I'll post the link. But this is along the same lines, which is Hebrew is, I believe, the language of God. I believe it's His language from Him. And it wouldn't be surprising to me to know that it's the language of heaven. The reason I say that is because of the divine qualities of Hebrew. You may be familiar with the gematria, which is where every Hebrew letter has a number associated with it. Those numbers add up to be values. That's what the main focus of Revelation is when they're talking about the number of the beast not being a human number. Its number is 666. And people are trying to add up the numbers of the Hebrew words in order to try to identify the Antichrist or the beast. Okay, that's not the point of this. The point is that there is a lot to Hebrew. Hebrew is such that a word can mean both Joshua and Yeshua. A word can have multiple meanings, all significant. All right, so I'm going to show you something today that it's very likely you have not seen. I am no expert in Hebrew. I have had modern Hebrew classes, and I know how to read it better than I know how to speak it. But this is going back a little further than just modern script, back to the time when Hebrew was a picture. Now, most of us realize that before written language developed, people communicated with pictures. The ancient Egyptians still have a lot of pictures from that era that we can look at, for instance. Hebrew is no different. Hebrew, the language of Hebrew, started out as a picture language, and we know what some of those pictures are. We may even know what all of those pictures are. So what I'm going to show you has to do with that, and it's all pointing to the vastness of God, the vastness of God. So hang with me. If this were difficult, I wouldn't be able to explain it at all. I wouldn't understand it. I wouldn't even go there. So this is not difficult. Even a caveman could do it, right? That's the Geico commercial. Before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Would love to be able to get you more materials like this if you enjoy seeking the deeper things of God, which is what floats my boat. Okay, let's start. I'm going to use a pen pad, and I am not the best at it, so bear with me. All right, let me give you an example of what I was referring to with the Hebrew letters that are, say, modern, which really haven't changed that much, being associated with ancient pictures. The first letter that we'll talk about is the Aleph, the very first letter in the Hebrew alphabet. Looks like this. Looks a little like a K. That's not a very good one. That one's better. That's a Hebrew cursive aleph. Now the aleph is as I said, the first letter in their alphabet. Alpha being Greek, aleph being Hebrew, so it would be the aleph bet. Literally, where we get our name for our alphabet. The aleph bet. The aleph is their first letter, bet is their second letter. Aleph means, well, let me draw it first. Here's how Moses would have drawn an aleph. It looks something like that. It meant strength or first, as in the strength of an ox. You can see, kind of looks like an ox. David would have written it this way. Or maybe even this way. You can still see where it kind of resembles an ox. Got the horns there even. If you flip that upside down, looks like our A. It's where our A came from. So that is the aleph. Means strength. Like so. Okay. Now you might be interested to know, bet. Bet looks like, in the ancient, looks like this. Looks like a tent on the landscape. That's how David would have drawn it. Moses would have drawn a picture sort of like that. A 3-room house, and that's what bet means, house. Bethlehem, house of bread, right? Bethany, house of suffering. There are numerous Beths in the Bible. Bethel, house of God. Okay? All good? Now, check this out. When you're talking about word pictures and the divine nature of Hebrew, check this out. We're going to talk about this. Oops. Got to draw on the board. Yod, He, Vav, He. The divine name of God, Yahweh. Yod makes a Y sound. The He makes kind of a He sound, a breath sound. He. And then Vav is a V or a W, Yahweh or Yahweh. And then the He again. Yud, He, Vav, He. Here's what's interesting about the name of God. The Yod in the picture language is shaped like that. It's meant to be an arm with a closed hand on it, like a closed fist and an arm. What you find out is that Hebrew really doesn't have a word for hand. Hand is kind of included in arm. It's assumed. But it means to make. The He looks like this. This is a different way of drawing. It is a lattice or a window, and it means literally to reveal. The Vav means The Vav looks like that, which is supposed to be a nail. It's supposed to be a nail, and that is, it means to secure or to fasten, and it was another symbol for nail. And then we have the He again, which means reveal. So I want you to take a look at that. It means to make. That one is the Yod. It does mean to make, but it's a symbol for the hand. So the name of God means the hand revealed, the nail revealed. The hand revealed, the nail revealed. What is that referring to? That's the gospel hidden in the name of Yahweh. What did Jesus say to Thomas? Thomas, come here. Place your finger into the scars of my hand. It will reveal to you who I really am. That is the majesty and the divine nature of the language. So what do you think? Have you seen that before? There are many. As you can imagine, we covered 2 letters and a word. You can get into just about any word. You should try Yeshua. Now, if you're interested in this kind of thing, I can do some more videos. But also, you might look up a book called Hebrew Word Pictures by Frank Seekins. Frank Seekins, that's it. I remember that there weren't a lot of these, and they are expensive books, but you can still get them last I checked. I got mine off of Amazon. Hebrew Word Pictures. I haven't read the book yet. I've looked at his explanations of each letter. I'm kind of excited to see where the study takes me, because I would like to start dissecting a lot of these words like Yeshua, and I don't know. I'm just wanting to go through the Bible now and pick out these major words that you see, and see what they say and represent in the ancient script. So hey, just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for joining me on this video. I'll definitely look into doing some more like this if you like them. But till next time, you guys stay safe, stay healthy. Peace.